Mastery. What is it? How does it work? And why don't most people master things in life? What are the mindsets that stop mastery? And how can we change our mindsets to be able to master something in life? That's what I'll cover today, so let's get right into the video. So, what does mastery imply? Mastery is defined as comprehensive knowledge in a particular field, subject, or activity. That activity can be something concrete, such as sports, cooking, or teaching, but it can also be something such as emotional mastery. So, how does mastery actually look like? We imagine mastery as a linear process such as this, that the more effort we put in, the more growth we actually get. If we practice more, we think we'll get linearly better. But you might have found out that this isn't actually how it works if you put in copious amounts of work and not really see any results. In actuality, mastery is more nuanced than that. You might actually view it more like this. At first, as you can see, you're getting results when you're putting in effort, but then you hit a plateau. This is where most people think, maybe this activity wasn't actually for me, and they get demotivated. You need to be willing to spend most of your time on plateaus in order to actually master something. Now let's move on to the different mindsets that make mastery very hard or if not even impossible to do for most people. The first mindset that inhibits mastery is the dabbler mindset. The dabbler constantly seeks excitement and starts new activities just to get the initial thrill. A dabbler might try some football and he seeks the initial thrill he gets from starting the activity and seeing himself grow. But when he hits the plateau, he obviously gets demotivated. So what does he do? He switches to some activity just like that last one. This leads to him not actually being able to develop proficiency in things. He constantly switches between things, so how could he master any one thing? Remember that mastery requires practice. If you don't practice and if you just switch to another activity, you'll never master anything. The next mindset is the hacker. When the hacker reaches the plateau, he doesn't quit, but he doesn't have the ambition required to actually get to the next level, so he doesn't actually advance, he just stays on the plateau. So if the hacker tries football, for instance, he might just practice once a week, and he'll only play casually, he won't actually improve. While the hacker mindset might be less detrimental to your mastery than the dabbler mindset, it still doesn't really get you any improvement, so you can't actually master anything. The next mindset we have is the obsessive. The obsessive is the opposite of the hacker, and the obsessive tries extra hard, but when he gets to the plateau, he gets frustrated because he doesn't get any results, even if he's putting in extra effort. So if the obsessive tries football again, he'll get into the activity and he'll stay after class, he'll practice extra hard, he'll practice at home, he'll listen to the coach's advice and everything. But when he reaches the plateau, he'll try even harder because he's not seeing any results. Ultimately, he'll burn himself out. It won't be sustainable to work as hard as he will. Now, counterintuitively, trying extra hard might be the worst mindset for mastery, because when you actually burn yourself out, you won't even be able to practice. For instance, if you have the dabbler mindset, you actually might be able to hold out until the next growth spurt, and then you'll get the excitement again. Or if you have the hacker mindset, you might actually someday reach the second growth spurt. Now you might be wondering, what kind of mindset should I have then? The most important part is actually valuing the process, rather than the result. With other words, you'll just need to learn to enjoy the process. You need to develop a lot of patience, because most of the time, you'll actually just be on that plateau, and you won't even see any results. What you have to do is practice diligently and just wait for the next growth spurt. So now it's time for today's exercise. Today's exercise is very simple. You just have to identify a field in which you wish to develop mastery. Simple, right? But you also have to write that down so you don't actually forget it. Now, as a side note, it's very important you actually do the exercises. The theory is there to reinforce the practice. If you don't put the theory into action, you won't actually see any results. Without action, you'll get stuck in a lot of mental masturbation, but you won't actually see the results. The problem is that your mind tricks you into thinking you're actually getting results, when really you're just theorizing. Ultimately, you need to take action to see any results. That'll be it for today, but if you want to learn more about the three mindsets, and how you can master any field in life, check out the book Mastery by George Leonard. Now, if you want more similar content like this, of course hit the like button and subscribe. Out.